One of my favorite crypto posts on X in the last couple of days or so, Bitcoin entering belief. What he did was he took this psychology of market cycle and he basically just put it on Bitcoin chart. And it is insane. It's insane. And I'm excited to do this video because I come at these charts and these markets because this is the roadmap right here. This is a Bitcoin chart, but this is all of crypto. So even if you don't hold Bitcoin, what I'm about to talk about in this video is important. But this chart, the zoomed out, I come at it from all these different data points, all these different perspectives. And in my mind, especially because I've been in crypto for a while now, in my mind, I'm like, the data is all coming together. This post and overlaying the psychology of market cycle on top of this Bitcoin chart, and I don't think I've ever done this in this manner, and that's why I'm excited to do this video, it makes things incredibly clear. So hit the subscribe, hit the like, let's jump into the video. I want to break down, this is the Bitcoin chart. I'm always breaking down, right? I'm always talking about different data points. We have our Fibonacci bull market high back here in 2021 to a bear market low. This is one piece of data, foundational to my take on the cycles of crypto. And again, we're going to talk about altcoin season in just a minute and how this plays into it and why I'm telling you, I truly don't think altcoin season has even started, right? We could be months away actually, but I want to take this data and show you how this overlays with that. But just check it out. We have the bull market doors that we've just been tracking, and we have this rectangle right there, Bitcoin entering that bull market doors. It's the beginning of the bull cycle for me, from a data perspective. A lot of people are saying this swing high is a triple top, and it's the end of the bull. I'm in a different spot, right? I'm likening it to back here. These are the bull market doors of last cycle. You all know I talk about that data a lot. I talk about momentum a lot and all of our oscillators and what's going on. Now to just on the same chart, let's dissect the psychology of market cycles. This is what it looks like. And really it's very simple. And if you look back on even, especially crypto cycles and the Bitcoin chart, it's crazy how just consistent this is. And this is the psychology. Think about this. This is the psychology of crypto. This is a psychology. This means this is people, human beings, with this repetitive kind of mindset, repetitive action. Look at this. Hope, optimism, belief, right here, belief. He's saying on his chart, and I'm props to whoever this is. I don't think I've seen his post before or his account before, but props for posting this. But he's saying we're entering belief. We're just about to enter belief. When we go to a Bitcoin chart, right? Or I'm sorry, we go to the psychology of market cycle, there's still a lot of upside in play. But now is the time to pay attention. And altcoin holders, this is incredibly important to you. We go to the Bitcoin chart, my Bitcoin chart. I basically took exactly what he did. So this isn't me just saying, let me do this. I literally had his post up and I put these points where he has them. It makes complete sense. But what I did was I went a step further and I actually charted last cycle. And this is for me really exciting because this really brings all of my cycle data together in a really cool way that I don't think I've ever done. So he's saying we're about to enter belief, right? Optimism is kind of where we are. And one of the first things that came to my mind for me was, if you watch my analysis, you know I have kind of two pivot points into the bull. And a lot of people do, especially this one, the Bitcoin halving. That is a huge marker for the beginning of a cycle, a bullish cycle. If you zoom out on a Bitcoin chart, it's not rocket science. Every time so far, after Bitcoin halving, these lines, these horizontal lines or vertical lines, every single time Bitcoin has pumped, right? So that's not new. That's not like some unique data point. And then it's the bull market doors, that Fibonacci that I talked about. That's a really big one for me. I tracked that like crazy over the years, and we just broke that. And what I noticed, one of the first things I noticed was optimism. He has optimism, and it makes sense when you look at the psychology of a market cycle. Optimism just kind of hits in terms of psychology. And a couple points to that. Number one, before we even just compare it to previous cycles on the chart, in my mind, and I bet you, if a lot of you have been in crypto, anybody that's been in crypto for years now, you know exactly what I'm about to say. In my mind, this is exactly where I think we are. I get a lot of posts, man, triple top, oh man, like It's over. The bull run is over. I do see a lot of comments and just narratives about that right now. I think people that are posting that have not really been in crypto that long. They're not seeing the longer term macro view of crypto, and they're not understanding historical data in the space. And right now, it truly doesn't seem at all, and tell me if you disagree, not even close to euphoria. I don't know if you were here in last cycle at that euphoric moment, or even the cycle before, euphoria at the top of 2017, nowhere near that. Optimism, though, almost identical. Almost identical. Not just from just the standpoint of I'm a content creator in crypto. I see comments, I see narratives, I see sentiment, I see it all. Optimism seems like the right fit. We just were in hope phase, right? Just kind of exiting. We hadn't broken even this lower high in the bear market. We were just getting ready to break that right here. And this makes sense to me. But from a data perspective, if you look at optimism, so interesting. If we go to last cycle around this moment, that is to say, after Bitcoin halving now, and just breaking bull market doors, here's the bull market doors last cycle. What was happening on the chart? Optimism. And what did we still have left? We had belief, thrill, and euphoria. And what is happening around optimism? Bitcoin hanging out at previous all-time high. Probably the same exact thing. People saying it's a double top for Bitcoin. It's over. We're going down. Especially you see those 2 weeks of red in there. I'm sure people were freaking out about a double top, but it was optimism. Now, we can go back and we can go back even the cycle before. And this is kind of where I stopped it, but you can actually see, I could have taken the time just to put the psychology of market cycle on that cycle as well. But I stopped at optimism, but it was the same thing. Optimism phase in that bull market, 2016 into 2017, Bitcoin had just broken these bull market doors. Optimism was kicking in. And what was it? It was a double top type of situation potentially. And look at this dip. I'm sure so much fear about the double top. It's over for Bitcoin. And the thing is, everybody, it was just beginning. I use that a lot. Like, it's just beginning. This bull cycle is just beginning. It's so clickbaity. I realize that, but I truly don't know any other words. And I have to like work with that a little bit. I have to find new ways to say it's just getting started, because that's truly where I think we are from this data-driven perspective. And the fact that we have the psychology of that on top of this chart now, I just think it does something cool. I really need to save this chart and revisit it, because it does give that added flavor to the chart, especially if you've been in crypto for over the years now and you know exactly what I'm saying just from like a sentiment. You have your finger on that pulse of these cycles, and anything can happen. It doesn't have to repeat. Things might fall apart. Crypto could fail. I will always say that. None of us know what's going to happen. Maybe it's going to be a triple top. But if your finger is on the pulse of these cycles, and if you've been in this space over the years, you get exactly what I'm saying right now. I know there's so many people out there. You probably won't be commenting, but I know you know what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Optimism. This is where we are. And I've been saying this is where we are. Bull market door territory just got broke. Testing previous all-time high. There's still a lot in store. That was the cycle a couple cycles ago. It was the cycle last time. Bull market doors, optimism, testing the recent all-time high. Still a lot to go. Here we are right now. Bull market doors just broken. And Bitcoin testing all-time high from last cycle. And guess what? I think there is still more to go in this cycle. And how this plays into altcoins, I said I'd get to altcoins. Here's what's really cool. We take what we're just, like all this content that I'm talking about right now, the context of the Bitcoin cycles and crypto cycle in general, the bull market that could be getting ready to happen, the crazy parabolic bull. That is to say, we're entering belief, and then we have thrill and euphoria, right? So we have something special coming. I cover the Bitcoin dominance chart a lot. If you want to get a sense of how to spot euphoria, the Bitcoin dominance chart, this might be our ticket during the bull market parabolic euphoria moment. When we start seeing the Bitcoin dominance chart falling, and I've been saying time and time again, altcoin season, I think, is more over here. maybe slightly closer. Like we could be very close to altcoin season because all this bullish move that is happening for Bitcoin right now, meaning the optimism, it's happening earlier this cycle. That is for sure. You can notice where it happened last cycle, post Bitcoin halving, optimism basically happening before Bitcoin halving for the first time. So if we want to get a sense of altcoin season as it relates to euphoria and maybe the end of a bull cycle, the Bitcoin dominance chart is I think, going to be such a helpful thing to look at. You'll see altcoins going crazy, and you'll notice, man, everything's been outperforming Bitcoin for some time now, weeks, months, maybe. And you'll see this just falling. And I don't know when it will happen. Maybe Bitcoin needs to make this higher low, right? Or I'm sorry, this lower high right here. It's a Fibonacci lower high. Maybe Bitcoin needs to keep going up in dominance before it starts to begin. But when this starts happening, that's when it's time to pay attention. That's when it's time to, if you have profit-taking areas, and if you want to focus on profit-taking in the bull market, you better start focusing. This will really, I think, illustrate the euphoria getting ready to happen. This will be the belief. If we go look at the psychology chart, the belief, the thrill, and the euphoria phase. That will be altcoin season. If we look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, when was euphoria happening on the Bitcoin chart? It was here, right here. That's May 2021. If we go to the Bitcoin chart, check it out. April, May 2021. This was right here, the end of Bitcoin dominance. That was the top of the bull market, right? Like that was euphoria. Obviously, we had this double top back there, but that euphoria moment. And then you go back here. This was December 2017 area. We look at this, check it out. January 2018, December 2017, that was it. Bitcoin dominance bottoming out is the signal for euphoria. I think we have some time. I really do. I that's just me. I could be completely wrong. I realize that. I just think if you're an altcoin holder, Bitcoin holder, I think there's a lot left in play, and there's a lot of bull market left. And right now, I'm watching this Bitcoin dominance chart. I'm watching the zoomed out Bitcoin chart. It is fun to watch, and I'm really focusing on the sentiment. I'm really trying to identify, well, what is it? What is going on? And I can tell you one thing: I do not think we are in euphoria. I've not seen that at all. I really haven't. If I really think about it, and I think about all the comments, I think optimism is hardly something I've seen compared to at least this moment last cycle. People have been very negative this cycle around. And that could just be a macroeconomic thing. And that is something we need to take into account. But all of these things said, everybody, really cool, different take on the chart. This is a really nice picture of why I'm so bullish. It gives another kind of perspective of that. Shout out to Mags over here on X for posting this, because this has been really valuable to me to kind of get that illustration and plot it on my own chart here. So hit the subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Where do you think we are on this psychology chart? Optimism, thrill, belief, euphoria. I really am curious what you all think. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. I will see you in the next video. God bless.